we're talking about your beater.
Yeah.
And if you have an older car that's got a ton of miles on it, we want to know who here in the Hudson Valley's got the biggest beater when it comes to cars. And you were talking about your parents.
I was talking about my parents. I texted them because it was called the Rust Bucket. That's what we called it.
Okay, and this was when you were growing up.
So I was growing up, and I just asked them for clarification on what kind of car it was, and they just said it was a 1978 Oldsmobile Regency.
Okay.
And I don't know how many miles it had on it,
An
but
Oldsmobile Regency.
we had to tack the interior up on the top because the roof was falling off, and it didn't have a cover on the light.
Yeah.
And I remember when we moved up here, me and my cousin were sitting in the car of what is my parents' house now, and I told her I dared her to touch it.
The light,
and she did, and she still has a burn mark on her finger.
You were
I was
just
a little
devil.
jerk. I was a jerk.
Some things have never changed. You did it then.
I was the youngest. It was my brother, my cousin,
Right.
and then me. So of course,
I remember my mom drove a Country Squire station wagon. And
is that the wood, like the wood
panels?
Yeah.
It was gold, and it had the wood panels on it. And I remember it actually caught fire. The engine caught fire while we were parked, like we were right near the train tracks in Long Island.
Yeah.
I'll never forget it, like it was yesterday. And there was smoke coming out of the hood.
Huh.
And my mom's like, "Get out of the car!" I get out of the car, and then the car obviously was fully engulfed,
Right.
and that was it.
Whoa.
But it was scary.
Yeah,
The
those
wood
old
paneling.
cars,
The wood paneling was pretty hot.
perfect for firewood.
Yeah, back in the day. Pretty flammable. So we got a bunch of people waiting on hold. Who here in the Hudson Valley's got the biggest beater? Good morning.
Good morning.
What's up, bud? So what's the what beater do you have?
I have a 91 Honda Civic with 343,000 on it.
What? Wait. 91 Honda Civic with 900 and what?
Or 390,000 on it.
300. I'm like, no, you got a million miles on your car. Holy
Hold
crap.
on a second.
All right, so and you're driving that car right now?
Yes, I am.
All right, how's it run?
It's a little beat.
Listen,
A little bit.
It gets you from A to B, right?
That's what it is for, A to B.
Yeah, and you know what? It's honestly, it's a badge of honor when you
When
can
you have
a
that many miles on it and it's still working.
I do know that, in my world, I'm driving a 2011 GMC Terrain.
Okay.
And it's got a ton of miles, 136,000 miles on it, somewhere around there.
All right.
I put a ton of money in this, and it's a beater to me because I can't stand it anymore.
And I mean, you use it a lot for work stuff too, because it's packed with your
Literally
equipment all the time.
Driving in this thing all the time. I bought it used 4 years ago, and I think it had 40,000 miles on it.
So now you're
I've
just
literally
racking them up.
Put 100,000 miles on the car in 4 years.
Not bad.
3.5 years.
That's okay.
But if you have a second, what kind of car are you driving? How many miles does it have on it? Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey,
Are
bud.
you still doing the beater car?
Yeah, what kind of car you got?
I got a 1987 Jeep Comanche.
A Jeep Comanche?
Yeah, it's more of a classic, but
Okay, how many miles you got on it?
that's 185.
Oh, that's not bad at all. And 87, is it in good condition, or you just kind of use it to, get from A to B?
No, I mean, it's in good condition. I mean, it's a little surface rust, but nothing too bad at all.
Very cool, man. That's
That's a cool
87,
truck.
97, 31 years old. I just did the math in my
Did
head.
the math in your head.
Yeah,
Way to go.
yeah.
Counting's cool.
Yeah, math is fundamental.
Math
Or no,
is
wait,
fun.
I think that's reading.
Reading is fundamental. Math is fun.
I don't know.
I don't know what math is.
Not very smart.
Failed it a lot.